y'all. Um, I'm gonna finish off this Black in America video segment. If you haven't seen part one, then see part one. I'm just gonna finish off from there. And I was speaking about white privilege at the end of the first one. Means white privilege means you can be articulate and well spoken without being surprised, which means you can speak proper English and nobody will say, "Oh, well, you're so well spoken." Well, that within itself is just ignorant. When somebody even says that, that's a backhanded compliment. It's not even really a compliment. Five, because of white privilege, you'll never know what it's like to have the following negative statistics looming over your head, because we all know how the news and everyone likes to spew out these negative statistics about black people. Six, you can wear whatever you want, act however you like without being labeled a thug, a lowlife, or a gangster. Nope, it means everybody wants to act black, but no one truly wants to be black, because trust me, there is too much to deal with when it comes to that. 7. White privilege allows you to speak on any particular subject without being the sole representative of your entire race. Like, for example, if a white person does something, he represents himself. If a black person does something, he represents all black people. Number 8, white privilege means no one questions you on how you got that really great job. It's assumed that you were just highly qualified. So, if a black person gets a job, oh, well, it's affirmative action. If a white person gets a job, well, he's just highly qualified. Which is bullshit, because like I said, I or no one who I've known have benefited from fucking affirmative action. That shit is a fallacy, and trust me, man, it is not as true as you think. As a matter of fact, the main people who benefited, and I have the statistics right here, the main people that benefited from affirmative action were white females. If you have the time, look it up. Also means white privilege means not having to worry about your hair, skin color, or cultural accessories as the reason you didn't get a job. For example, if you have an afro or something, or you have like twisting your hair as a black person, you won't get a job just based off of your hairstyle. But you white, you can damn near get a job with any hairstyle or any type of look for the most part. Number 10, white privilege means you don't have to worry about being monitored in a store just because the hue of your skin is a bit darker than most. Number 11, having white privilege means people would never label you as a terrorist. Number 12, white privilege means not being affected by negative stereotypes that have been perpetuated and ingrained into American society so much that people believe them to be fact. Number 13, white privilege means you never have to explain why cultural appropriation is a bad thing. Number 14, white privilege means not having to worry about being stopped and frisked by the police for no reason. Number 15, if you benefit from white privilege, you'll never be told to get over slavery. Because, for example, you never hear nobody saying, get over the Holocaust, do you? But we get told to get over slavery on a regular basis. How the fuck can we get over slavery when slavery still affects black people today? Whether people like to admit it or not, racism is ingrained into the American culture. A lot of people like to say how great America is, but it's really not that great. And then you have some white people that say stupid shit like, well, get over slavery or go back to Africa. Now, I find it funny when somebody says go back to Africa, and white people are the dumb fucks that brought us over here in the first place. I'm like, if you wanted an all-white America, maybe you should have done the field labor on your own. Ever thought about that? Saying go back to Africa, you dumb fucks brought us over here. I'm just saying, it's common sense. Number 16. White privilege means that you never just your own person. For example, Michael Jackson is looked at as the Black Elvis. So I guess if you're a great black person, you have to be compared to a white person just to matter. That's fucked up. And then on top of that, number 13, you really don't have to worry about the death of your son being mocked by the media and by the masses. Like, for example, Trayvon Martin, when he got shot, you know, they had people wearing Halloween costumes looking like Trayvon Martin in blackface and a hoodie on and a blood stain on the shirt. People was making fun of Trayvon Martin's death. But if it was a white person, if somebody made fun of a white person like that, it would be World War III. So that was my section on white privilege. And my last section is going to be about how blacks are denied their greatness. And I'm going to say this. Since the beginning of time, black people have been denied their greatness. Like, for example, every other race, every other culture has been given props for the great things that they've done, except black people. For example, it's no doubt that the Greeks and the Romans were a great civilization, and they built the Roman Colosseum and a whole bunch of other things that were great. There's no denying that the British Empire was a great empire. There's no denying that the Persian Empire did great things. There's no denying that the Asian empires have done great things and built great things like the Great Wall of China. There's no denying that the Mayans were a great civilization and that they've done great things and built great things throughout history. But black people are the only civilization who haven't been given credit for any of that, for any of the great things that they've done. For example, Egypt was one of the greatest, most civilized empires on earth. Yet, most scientists don't want to give black people credit for the greatness that they've shown while building Egypt. As a matter of fact, the pyramids were built, and white scientists have literally said that, oh, well, black people can't build anything like that. Black people aren't capable of having a great society like that. Oh, well, Egypt wasn't really considered Africa. Egypt was really considered part of the Middle East, yet black people didn't build all this. They had help from everybody in the world to build the Egyptian empire. They could not have been that great. So every other empire, every other race they've been given their props. But the black empires like Egypt, like Kush, have never been given the props and respect that we deserve. That's why they have stupid ass shows like Ancient Aliens on the History Channel, saying stupid shit like the aliens built the pyramids. And let it be known that some of your great Greek philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, guess what? They went to Egypt and learned from Egyptian teachers about architecture, about science, about math. And they took Egyptian teachings and applied them to Greek philosophy. While Europeans were in fucking caves wearing bear skins and shit, black empires were rising and succeeding. So everybody that likes to talk down on black people and black culture, you stole from our black culture. Let's not even talk about religion with the Jesus and Mary story. The Jesus and Mary story is stolen from the Horus an ISIS story of Egypt. Anyone who has common sense should look it up, and you will see that I'm telling the truth. Now, I could go on about this all day, but being black in America, we've been denied our greatness. We've been denied being human. Hell, they didn't even consider us human earlier. They considered black people as 3/5 of a person. Yet we're looked at as savages. Look, all I got to say, I'm going to close it out, is black people, you are greater than you, than people lead you on to be. You are great. And you have greatness within you. And we have a strength as a people to overcome things that no other people can. I'm not racist whatsoever. I love every race of people in the world, but being black in America is hard. And to make it in America, as a black person, you have to be strong and have tough skin. If a white person went through half the shit that black people went through, they would commit suicide. I'm just saying, realize your greatness, help your fellow brother and sister, and I got love for all you brothers and sisters out there. Look up your history, and I love all of you. Garcelle out. Peace.